Welcome back to Billins World. He is not a podcaster. This is not a motherfucking podcast. Billin, let him in on what we will be doing today.
What's up, YouTube? Today's show, we will be focusing on battle rap of Cassidy versus Hitman Holla, which took place earlier tonight.
And
Yes.
Then we're going to jump into Cassidy Appreciation.
Yes.
So let's do that.
Two for one special on that ass. But yeah, to me, man, I'm just going to go in and say this a 3-0 Cassidy to me, man. No disrespect to Hitman Holla, he did his thing as well, you know, but Cassidy, man, I mean,
for the most part, I'm going to have to agree. Even if you don't feel like Cassidy won 3-0, if you got him winning 2-1, 3-0, whatever the case may be, as long as you got him winning. Hitman should have smoked him, but Cassidy, it don't look like Cassidy was going to let him do that. At least not today at all.
No, sir, not even with a special guest appearance by Nick Cannon, Mr. Wildin' Out himself, you know, but that made it fun and everything. Little scuffle at one point, everything, but hey, man, all that testosterone in the building.
Man,
so I'm saying, battle rap shit.
That line, what kind of Hitman Holla, you move in silence, that shit.
Yes.
That shit is so fire. For the most part, Hitman, his performance, usually he does spice it up a little more with the bars. He wasn't doing too much of that tonight. I mean, tonight was pretty much, you know, him performing a lot. They make the bar hit.
Yes, Cassidy came to play, man. He played well. So it's a Cass getting it. Like I said, Cassidy getting the W for me, 3-0. You know what I'm saying? But it was definitely worth the wait. You know, because this was anticipated for a while now. So I felt it was definitely dope. Go check it out if you haven't. You know, battle rap fans, all fans out there, for hip hop.
Yeah, check out RB's maxed out card. Big K versus Clone, Hitman versus Cassidy, O-Red versus Jag, Show Off versus Rosenberg Raw, and I forgot what the other battle was. Missing. Can't remember what the other battle was, but yeah.
Shout out to everybody who came out to battle tonight.
I feel like the whole card was a good card. I mean, nothing too amazing. I think probably, but Cassidy had the bar of the night. Pretty successful event. Shout out to Rare Breed Entertainment and RBE. So, Billin, you're not a avid battle rap supporter. So, for this being your first battle rap event that you're watching live on pay-per-view and etc., how did you like it? Like the overall event and etc.?
Felt it was very competitive. I'm definitely satisfied with it. With what I have seen tonight. And I'm down to check out the battles down the road. I mean, I have seen battles even going back to the Fight Club days.
Yeah,
yes,
Club.
Definitely. I seen quite a few of those. Those was really hitting back then. International P, all that. You know what I'm saying?
International P, yeah.
Yeah, gotta give him his flowers. Yeah. You know.
You got a lot of people. International P is the reason why a lot of people battle rapping and etc.
Hit that like button, share, subscribe to the channel, please. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think. Did Cassidy take this shit 3-0?
Yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know if you got him 3-0, if you got him 2-1, or if you got Hitman. Just let us know in the comments. So the event is is a go. I think the main event was a go. Ill Will and A Ward was the other battle. I think that battle was a fire battle. I'd like to see Loso and Ill Will. So Cassidy, the battle rapper, we've touched on that. You said you got him 3-0. I think I got him either 3-0 or 2-1.
Yes.
But this definitely shouldn't have been close. Hitman should have smoked him. A lot of people were saying that Hitman was gonna smoke him, and that didn't happen.
No, sir.
So
Not to me.
we covered the battle rap part. Let's jump a little bit into the Cassidy appreciation now, because that is a big part of this episode. We want to talk about. We want to address. When did you first hear about Cassidy?
He appeared on the Rough Rider album of Ride or Die Volume 2. When he was at that time with the group Larceny and everything on the song Ride or Die Boys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just a couple years from that point, even probably a little before then, going into 2002, 2003, he was just very consistent with the freestyles and all that from all the local radio stations, mixtapes, and, everybody around. I know back then in my neighborhood all, was mentioning him, Cassidy, and all ad-libbing his lines and all that up until the point of his debut studio album, Split Personality, which dropped in 2004, which had the hit Hotel, Get No Better, you know what I'm saying, Pop That Cannon, that was a dope track.
So what's your because I got my own as well, but what is your favorite Cassidy track? Whether it be a feature as joint. What's your favorite Cassidy joint?
Wow, well, to be honest, I just mentioned the debut album, but the sophomore album, I'm a Hustler, man, that was my joint right there. And but the song wise, he had a song in there called a sophomore album. The song was called Sebonics. I remember, man, that was my shit, man. It still is from time to time. Remember he had caught that case back at that time, and he wasn't, he was gone for a minute. He wasn't out long enough to really promote that album further after dropping the single titled track, I'm a Hustler. And I felt, that album should have hit, should have been, a little underrated. Go back and check that out for sure, man. I mean, the I'm a Hustler album. But let's go back to the debut, though, of Split Personality, though. So, there's more than just Hotel, of course, but that album still, I feel, could have maybe been a little better as well. But,
which album from Cassidy did you listen to more?
Definitely I'm a Hustler, the sophomore album.
Okay, the sophomore album.
And the third joint, though, Bars, which dropped in 2007, had quite a few hits as well. Take a Trip, Innocent, Drinking My Two-Step,
Yeah, you can only pull up certain. You can only pull up that album on YouTube, from my knowledge, because when I tried to look on Apple Music, it wasn't up there. But how big was the Cassidy versus Freeway battle for you? Because I think that was really my first introduction to Cassidy.
Ooh. That as well.
That battle.
I mean, like he mentioned on the I'm a Hustler album, like, the way I make even Freeway say, put on a beat, and shout the Freeway as well.
Yeah,
but
that shit was crazy.
yeah, I gotta go back and see that again as well, to be real. I haven't seen that in a while, but yeah, definitely a career defining moment.
Got the actual footage now on YouTube.
Nice.
Like with Swiss and Cass and everybody, like in studio battling and stuff. Like they show you it. Pretty dope moment, man. It's a lot of dope. We're gonna take a little side note, right? Because it just hit my my brain real fast. But prayers up to DMX, because Cassidy did say this in the battle as well.
Yes, he shouted out
Yeah,
DMX.
prayers
That
up
was
to
dope. Yeah.
DMX. We are
Yes,
big
prayers up.
fans, and we are hoping that you pull through, sir. Um,
Let's not also forget, man, the track from another dope track. Man, I had it on repeat back then when it first dropped. AM to the PM.
AM to the PM is probably my favorite Cassidy track ever.
Yeah.
AM to the PM, or the song that he has with Fabulous and Lil Wayne. I forgot the name of the song.
Oh, 6 minutes.
Yeah, 6 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Cass had a lot of shit. Blood pressure. He got a lot of shit. He's got a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Even Hotel still knocked to this day. I mean, had that shit done popped on the radio when I'm in the last time I was down in Miami. I'm like, oh damn, and then it hit me like, damn, that shit really came out that long ago. But
Yeah.
feel good record right there.
Cassidy was on Drink Champs recently too.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Drink Champs. Drink Champs just dropped the Cam episode. Pretty interesting if you haven't seen it.
Can I talk to you?
Cassidy, to you, how valuable to the game? Did he leave his mark? What did he bring to the game? What do you think?
Man, I mean, the from his grind back then of being hungry on the radio with the freestyles, the battles, and I feel he's probably, to me, for all the battle rappers, he probably had the best catalog of albums, I would say, and not taking nothing from no other battle rappers that have dropped major releases, but yeah, I mean, 20+ year career.
Yeah, still going.
Yes,
Still
and he proved it tonight in that battle. So yeah, man, my hat's off to Cassidy, man.
Yeah. Him still dropping music. He's been dropping music consistently. Shout out to Cass.
Yeah,
man.
and now remember, I still have it somewhere around. When he had got locked up back then, I remember I was somewhere, I had seen in the store the free Cassidy T-shirt, and I copped it, man, and it's still like the baggy clothes era, so that shit probably like a 2 or 3X, but I still have it around somewhere. I remember rocking at people in public, like, oh, Cassidy's in jail. I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah, so, a lot of people didn't know that he went to jail. Yeah. Cassidy did go to jail.
He's facing, a lot of time.
He did beat a murder charge.
Which, he would bring up the topic for the third album, Bars. Barry and Adrian Reese story. You could check that out as well. I mentioned earlier a few dope tracks on that album. Yeah, it came back strong, man.
Alright, so we talked about Cassidy on his solo. We talked about his battle rap. We talked about the Freeway joint. Outside of all of that, though, let's dip into a little bit of the Rough Rider Cassidy.
Yes.
Is Cassidy that like, let's say Cassidy on Rough Riders, how important is that?
Well, for him to be on Ride or Die Volume 2, I felt was a good look and all, but he proved that he was, able to hold his own. He didn't just like appear on the Rough Rider album and disappear, even with his, affiliation with he was part of the group Larceny, right? So
we are talking about a lyricist that's been on songs with the likes of Fabulous, Lil Wayne. Hello, Lil Wayne. You know what I mean?
Yes, but Cassidy proved to me a long time ago he could hold his own even on the solo tracks. So
I mean, one thing that Cassidy always was real avid about was bars and punchlines and metaphors and. And he says it all the time in his interviews and stuff like that. You'll hear him all talk about it all the time in the battle rap culture. But he really does he's one of the few rappers that still does rap. You know what I mean? Similar to others like Jadakiss and Fabulous and stuff like that. People who actually still care about the actual skill part of hip hop. He's one of the few left.
Yeah, and that was so dope and unique. I gotta mention with the, especially with the sophomore joint, how he had the problem versus the hustler to start off the album.
The battle.
I mean, oof, that was
That
man.
really separated him though. Keep it real with you, because it was like, okay, finally a battle rapper is making music. Because let's just keep it real with you. Cassidy did come from battling. You know what I mean? And shit, at one time he was supposed to battle Murder Mook. That never fell through. You know what I mean? It actually ended up being cool or whatever. From my experiences of watching him battle in the past, Arsenal, Disaster, and Goods, I feel like tonight in the Disaster battle probably are his best performances. However, bro, for a guy who hasn't battled in years to just come back and do the amount of work that he's been doing, etc. One thing for sure, you can tell that he actually gives a shit about the culture, because he has some great face-offs, great promo, brings a lot of energy to the battle rap world and a lot of attention. One thing Cassidy does know how to do is entertain. You know what I mean? He really knows how to entertain.
And puts on for Philly. Shout out to Philly.
Yeah, shout out to Philly.
Yes, PA. All that.
So, Billin, anything that about Cassidy that you want to touch on? Like, is there anything that we didn't touch on?
And he definitely spanked that boy Meek Mill too.
In the battle, you talking about like the little battle that they had
Yes.
on track?
Yeah.
But you talking about if we talking about skill, bro, let's just. Do you remember the Cassidy freestyles? Remember the one where Cass was in the house and like Meek Mill was on like the home bracelet and all
Absolutely.
that shit. Like you really can't ignore the fact that Cassidy has like really influenced a lot of Philly artists, New York artists, Jersey artists, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cassidy, in the battle rap world right now, he's probably the most entertaining and most talked about thing. And back then, he was pretty much the same. You know what I mean? Like he just knows how to entertain. He's very entertaining. He's very skilled on it. Have you heard any of his newer music?
Yes, I have.
Out of his newer joints, which ones do you like? I like Mayhem Music, the Mayhem Music.
Oh yeah, that definitely was knocking.
Yeah, the Mayhem Music volumes are fire. Anything else? That's it. Look at that.
Yeah, remember the Science as well. That was lit.
Done.
Oh, and
That quick.
okay.
That quick.
Oh, we did it. Felt like I've been here for days.
Yeah.